I feel like that he will prove that he's just a level above him, maybe a level or two. It's PE checking back in, class in session, man. Tune in, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get busy. UFC 294 was nothing short of what I expected. You know, if you go back to my prior evaluation, I chose Islam and Khamzat to be victorious. And but I did have a moment where I felt like that Volk was gonna pull it off over Islam. Boy, was I wrong. You know, my mind was telling me Islam the whole time, but my heart was telling me Volk. I just feel like, you know, given what happened and how close, you know, the first fight was, I just feel like Volk would maybe just be a little bit too much. But you got to look at all of the other variables. You know, not only are they fighting in Dagestan, that plays a huge factor in favor shifting towards Islam's side shit of the spectrum. But it was rumored that Khabib was back in his camp. So, you know, with Khabib back in his camp, I mean, you should just expect nothing, you know, but pure dominance and just outclassing the other, you know, opponent. When it comes to Khamzat versus Kamaru, he actually looked good in there. I feel like given, you know, with both fighters, both men coming in, you know, on short day notices, what was it, like a 10-day notice? Both fighters coming in, blazing how they did. Both was a bit passive, started off a bit slow, but just stepping in, you know, just saving the card, man, giving the fans what they wanted. Because personally, this was a better fight. This was the fight that most fans wanted anyway. Yeah, people wanted to see Charles versus Islam. You know, you got a lot of people talking, and that's what people gonna do. You know, it's always gonna be people talking, and that's why I liked a lot what Islam did. You know, he said, he hit y'all, you know, one of these, you know, shh. You feel me? My boy said, hey, calm down, you know. And you see in like his post-fight interview, he wasn't even that excited because, you know, it was like he expected this, you know, it was like he foreseen this. Like he said, you know, for the first fight, you know, whatnot, you know, he trained, what was it, about 4 months. But, you know, he always trained. He's always in the lab. He's always growing. He's always getting better. He always working on those submissions. He's always working on the, you know, the takedown defense. He's always working on getting out of those different situations and getting out of those different positions, getting used to those positions. So, you know, even being in position starting off where you let people take your back, you know, just so you cannot fold under that pressure and, you know, be bested, you know, so easily. So, you know, hats off, you know, to Islam for the main event. I'm just going to really focus on the main event now, and I'm going to drop back down to the co-main event. Islam is just on another level, man. I don't see another lightweight potentially other than Charles Oliveira that can really pose a serious threat. You know, I seen Justin Gaethje. I watched an interview not too long ago where he said that he wants to basically step in there. You know, he said that we as the people, we already seen Charles and him fight. We seen how that go. A lot of people expected to pretty much have the same outcome. But I don't really think Gaethje has anything for Islam. I don't think that Gaethje can really pose Islam any type of threat because, like Islam said, you know, he is a well-rounded MMA fighter. You know, a lot of people always trying to discredit and underestimate, you know, his striking. Yeah, he proves time and time again that he is a superior striker. He shows time and time again that he checks all of the boxes. You know, compared to Khabib, I would give Islam the edge in striking. Obviously, everything else I would have to give to Khabib just so far as dominance and just control time. But they're very similar. You know, it's no point in comparing them because that's literally like a Khabib 2.0. But I won't overly compare him to him because, you know, he makes his own path. You know, he's writing his own storyline and he's doing a hell of a job doing it. You know, so, you know, hats off to him. Amazing performance. And I look forward to seeing him in his championship ring, you know, seeing how him and his camp get back in there. Because I know, you know, them Dagestanians, one thing about them, man, you know, they gonna celebrate, but it won't be too much partying at all. You know, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't do none of that other nonsense. You know, they gonna be back in the lab by the end of this week. So I mean by the end of the next week, because today is Sunday. So for some the week is ending, for a lot the week is starting. So dropping down to the co-main event, man. Yes, sir. So Khamzat and Usman. Again, nothing short of what I suspected. My predictions were right. I had Khamzat winning by decision. So that prediction was right. I actually betted on the fight myself. And my prediction was right, so I had that check mark off. I had that checked off. But he could have easily been finished in like the first round. I mean, when Kamzat got a hold of like his back, he got a hold of his neck. It was just a little bit of ground and pound. And I honestly didn't think Usman was gonna get out of that situation. But I should have known that because like he stated, you know, he's a championship fighter. This isn't nothing that he's, you know, not used to. You know, he's used to fighting 5-round fights. He's used to, you know, by that second, third round, you know, now he's switching gears. Now he's starting to look like the regular Usman, you know, that we're used to. So, but again, Kamzat is just on a different level. The wrestling we knew would be a serious threat to Kamaru. He is an all-time world-class wrestler, but that's just what Kamzat does. You know, he's going to shoot, he's going to attack, and he's going to test your takedown defense. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to be ready for that. But he is an pretty amazing striker as well. I mean, he has knockouts under his belt. I think it was like, what was it, like his first 4 UFC fights, he didn't even get scratched, or what is it? It didn't even make it out of like the second round. Like, it was a crazy statistic like that. But he's just an animal. And I don't really see nobody that can really pose a threat to him. Because now, you know, I seen Dana trying to, I mean, he was in the post-fight talking about making headlines for Kamzat versus Sean. Now, I don't think Sean has anything, you know, for Kamzat. I'm not going to hold you. Sean fighting stance, he has like a unique tendency how he bounces in and out, but at the same time, it's kind of like stiff. It's not really like a bounce, but it's like how his upper body, how he, you know, plots it and you know, plants his feet. So, but Kamzat is just hungry. You know, he's 29. He's so aggressive, man. And he's coming in there, you know, to smash everybody. You know, like he said, he's not playing games. He don't come to, you know, he doesn't come to delay at all. So I really feel like he's a serious threat in the welterweight and the middleweight division. It's going to be very interesting to see where Adesanya goes next, and who he fights next. There's been some talk about possibly him and Poten again, but I don't really think people really want to. Actually, well, yeah, we can't see that fight again. But you know, we're gonna stay on 294. That's a conversation for another day. I had Kamzat overall, and I had Islam, and they did, you know, what they were supposed to do. Both men went in there, they handled business. And people keep talking about short notices. You know, people, they be having their excuses, you know, on standby. I mean, we keep talking about short notices. Are we going to act like both men weren't technically preparing for a whole different fighter? Kamzat was legit preparing for Coach that he pulled out. Islam was prepared to, you know, to fight Charles. You know, he pulled out. It's like at some point that MMA math doesn't work. So they were preparing in camp for a whole different breed, you know, of a fighter. And to me, stylistically, they ended up getting a tougher matchup. We have to stop coming up with all of these narratives. We have to stop coming up, you know, with all of these board job excuses, you know. But UFC 294, that's what it is. That's what it was. Like, comment, share, you know, and subscribe. Hats off to both men, you know, from you know, for both camps, both parties, you know, for making this happen. And I look forward to these upcoming cards. You know, my boy John Jones, he finna step in there. He finna do what he always does. November International Fight Weekend versus Stipe. We gonna be tuning in for that indefinitely. But yes, MPE. I'm checking out the office, man. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Be safe. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think.